Hey folks, I'm Red and this is my Watcher of Realms channel. This is the free-to-play series. We are on my main account and I wanted to do a bit of a showcase guide testing of Ymiret, who I got a few weeks ago and I haven't had a chance really to play around with him. But I basically am just going to try him out with the gear that I have. I wanted to try and get down gear rate 1 stage 21, which I did, and I'll show you the team comp in a little bit. So I'll try him out in gear rate 1 again with power of dominance off, and then I thought I'd try the Conqueror Codex boss and see how he does there. So you can see I haven't fully upgraded him. Maybe you can't see, but if I move myself out of the way here, you can see he's at level 55, fully promoted, but I haven't done much else with him. And I probably should. I tried to get dust into his skills, and you can see I only got his manual up to level 2. I do have some more damage here in his passive, which is very helpful. And basically he does some freezes here, especially with his ultimate, and then he does more damage. So hopefully that will be very helpful. He does AoE damage, which is great, up to 5 enemies. He's a fighter that does AoE damage, which is really, really cool. And the gear that I have on him is not the best. I put him in this curse set with some crit damage, and so he's got about 13k attack, which for my account is actually pretty good. He does have 100% crit rate and 300% crit damage, and he's got a pretty decent speed at 320-ish. So we'll see how he does. Let me show you what I've got for the rest of the kit. You can see as a free-to-play player, I basically only upgrade during events and things. So that's one of the reasons that he's only level 55. And I do have power of dominance off here, and I'm going to go ahead and do a fight. And this is the team that I've been using. Obviously, you want to use what you have. Ardea is probably my best built here. She's got close to 20k attack, 17.8 or so, and 420% crit damage. And then I put her in this artifact. It's a legendary artifact, but this rage chain is fully upgraded, and she gets an increase of 0.6% crit damage every time she loses 1% of HP. So you consider she loses 90% HP, that's like 40% crit damage. So that's one of the better legendary artifacts that I've seen. So yeah, she's in Soulbound Arcana, so she gets extra crit damage as she crits. Then I've also got my Vierna. She's probably the next best well-built, so 16k attack, around 300 to 50 crit damage, quite good, and she is fully skilled, so or nearly so, with her ultimate. And then so for the others, I've got Boreas. I pulled Boreas a few weeks ago during the anniversary event, which is pretty cool. He's got some decent attack as well, about 14k, and also almost 100% crit rate, and some good crit damage, and some decent attack speed. And then of course Dolores is there for boosting. I did kind of try this with Laurel. Didn't really work for me, so I've just gone as much damage as I can. This guy's only there for the Lord bonus. He's only level 16 and not fully promoted, not even really geared at all. So he's just there to basically boost Ardea. And for the others, I did pull Anora as well. So she and Ymiret work really well together. She's not fully maxed, but she has some decent attack as well, so 15k. And I use her on the right side. Her manual is pretty nicely worked into. You can see I do have a good number of skill crystals, but I haven't really needed to use them because I've been able to get by without doing so. And free to play, this is how I do it. So yeah, let me just show you how this works and see if I can do it again. I did it once and then I changed my team comp, but basically I put Ymiret in first and then I'll put in Ardea, and I'll wait till the cost is around 19 because of the timing with Dolores. And the basic strategy here is to put out as much damage as possible and kill the boss. So I'm using Ardea basically to snipe the boss. You could probably use a Silas if you have him. I don't, unfortunately. He's one of my more wanted heroes. And I'll put in Boreas. Nice thing about Boreas is he does anti-healing. So I could probably do this with an Artemis instead. And I'm going to pop Dolores' ult here just before Ardea gets hers off, so that she can get that boost from Dolores. So Dolores is in a invigoration set. I'm going to put down my Vierna here. So Ardea got the bonus from the invigoration set there, as you can see, which really helps. I'm going to pop Boreas here. So you can see he's doing his anti-heal, which is really cool. But yeah, I could probably use an Artemis or Lysair instead, but this is kind of what is working for me. So I'm going to hold off on Vierna's ult because I want the boss, when he does his really big heal, I want to kind of make him go and heal these guys on the right, these mobs on the right. So I'm going to hold off on her ultimate until he does his Forsaken Totem and actually tries and boost. Now you notice with the healers, I'm basically facing them away from Ardea because I don't want Ardea to get healed. And you notice that Ymiret is not getting any kind of boosting. Okay, he's not getting anything in terms of heals. He's just protected by the wall. And now the heal has gone over on that right side. So you can kind of control where the boss heals by targeting particular groups of mobs. So I'm gonna now pop Vierna's ult and try and kill some of these guys that are doing the AoE damage, and then I'll do Hollow and get their rage regen. So you notice basically all my damage is on this side, except for I'll put Anora on the other side in just a minute. Okay, so here she is. I'm going to put her down here because these mobs on the right are going to come in and they're basically going to kill anyone who's further up. So by putting her down here, she is a bit protected and I can get her to do more damage. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead with Dolores, and then I'm going to go with Boreas here. So you can see the boss is still going over here, which means I can snipe him with Ardea, which is basically my goal. And now Anora is ready. I can use her. So if the boss does any healing up above, then it means he heals himself, and that's what I don't want because I want the boss to get killed here. So I'm going to leave these guys hopefully to get targeted by the next Forsaken Totem, which they do, and then I can finish off the boss here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead with Hollow. So you see Anora survived, and her fighter, her little dragon there, is still able to attack those mobs. And now the boss is down, and I can go ahead. I'll wait for this ultimate from my Dolores, And then I'll go ahead with this ultimate from Vierna. And now it's just I gotta put out enough damage to get these guys down before they destroy my wall. So the thing with Ymiret is I can just kind of pop him whenever because he's not getting boosted or affected by anyone, and that's all fine. Fine and dandy. Okay, so I think we're doing okay here. Now you see on the right here, these guys are gonna really damage my Anora. Hopefully she survives and is able to tank enough that she can do a bit more damage here, and she died. Okay, so that doesn't work as well, but I do have a backup mage here. Gonna go ahead with this. Gonna go ahead with this. And gonna go ahead with that. Then I'm gonna put my other mage over here, Abizu. See if she can do some good damage on that right side. So this is kind of the only issue, is that because all my damage is on this left side, these mobs have a lot of time to work on that wall. So I'm hoping I can get everyone down relatively quick on this left side, and then I'll probably move Ardea over and let her do some damage on the other side. So let me let Dolores come up here, and there we go. Then I can do Vierna. Then I can do my Laya. Then I can do Hollow. And get Ymiret going here. So now Ardea doesn't have anyone to hit on this side. So I'm gonna take her out. Another strategy is to use someone like Maul over on this side, who can kind of push these mobs over to the left, so they're in Ardea's range. So that would be something that I could do. I think I'm going to be okay though with just the damage that I've got with these heroes here. So let's see, put out a bit more damage on this side, and then hopefully I can get some of these down here with Vierna, and then with Boreas. Yep, so I think we'll be okay. Yeah, you can see the wall is holding pretty steady, and I think we will get this down. So good. So this is kind of the lots of damage strategy for Gear Raid 1 Stage 21. And it does seem to be working out for me. Unfortunately, everyone is still kind of in the range where they need to be. Let's see if I can... Yep. Yeah, so Vierna is doing a bunch of damage here because she just does a lot of damage. And we'll see what our damage numbers are after this. So I could have put Ardea in again if I needed to on that right side, but this works, so got it down. Not too bad. So yeah, kind of the two main strategies here are lots of damage, which is what I went with, and the other one is the anti-heal plus damage. So fortunately Boreas did some of that anti-healing for me, and then I was able to get the boss down. So that worked. So let's see our damage numbers. Yeah, so Ardea and Vierna doing the most damage, obviously boosted by Dolores, but and then Boreas also boosted by Dolores, but these are not bad numbers, you know. For Ymiret and Anora, each doing 10 million, that's pretty good, I would say. Seeing as they were not boosted by anyone, they just did the work that they needed to. So that worked, and yeah, I'm not disappointed in Ymiret at all. That AOE damage is really solid. So that's cool. I was able to get that down. Now let's try him out in the Immortal Codex. The Conqueror boss is here. I did try him out earlier and went from an A to an S. So that's pretty good, I would say. This is the team that I was using, and I'll try it again, see if I can get maybe to S plus, who knows, or double S, whatever they call it. So none of these heroes are particularly well geared. I've got a Wrath. His attack is again like 14k, decent crit rate, crit damage. Everyone's around 300 crit damage. I think here's Volca in Invigoration. She's not super well built, 8k attack, not great crit rate or crit damage. She's mainly in there for defense and a bit of healing. Abomination, similarly broken set, not great stats, so 9k attack, decent crit rate, crit damage. So Ymiret is geared basically the same way as before. For his artifact, I do have this Frigid Flame, which increases his damage when he doesn't have any damage on him. So that works really well if he's behind a wall. And it stacks, so he gets, 18% crit damage. So that's pretty good for him. And then Valk, not super well built. Oh, I didn't even have this on. Okay, let's see if I can remedy that. Maybe put some more attack on her. Yeah, that'll be good. Give her some more crit rate. Sure, we'll do that. And so that gives her about, what, 13, 14k attack. That's not too bad. And then Ardea is built the same as before. So, yeah, around 17k attack. 17.8. So yeah, okay, so let's try this. I didn't realize my Valk didn't have that weapon. So let's try. Here's the Conqueror. Gonna put Ymiret here, Ardea here. Gonna put my Abomination here, and Volca will go here with Wrath, and then I'll put my Valk down here, and let's see if they can do this pretty well. Put this on 2x, try and see how it goes. I'm gonna wait until I get the boss all the way down before I start popping any ultimates, and see how this goes. So I've got a good bit of damage coming off the back line here because of the range of these fighters. And obviously Ardea is doing a ton of work. She's just got such a great range. And now we get to the main part. Okay, I'll probably let us get a little bit farther. Okay, now I'll pop this ultimate, and then I will go with Ymiret. And once I get up to D, I will just let Valk go to town here. See, There we go. And then let everything be on auto and see if we can get up past S. So B plus. Okay. There you go, A plus. Gonna get up to S, I think. Yep, here's Ymiret going to town, so we got up to S. That's good. S plus, okay. Can we do a double S? Okay, S plus. So, not too bad. So adjusting placements a little bit helped. Giving Valk a proper weapon helped. And I've still got some upgrading I can do of these heroes, of my gear, to optimize a little bit better. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that's pretty good. And it looks like Ymiret is doing quite a good amount of damage. So I'm not unhappy about that at all. So he's a solid fighter. He's quite good. Obviously, the later game you get, the better gear you get, the better he'll perform. The only issue I have with him is that when he comes off the ground during his ultimate, he doesn't block anymore. So you better hope that he's either behind a defender if you're trying to block mobs, and that defender is able to block all the mobs, or he kills whoever's in front of him with his ult. He does better with some freezes. So if you've got like a Brocare or someone who can freeze people around him, he'll do a lot more damage. And yeah, I'm not unhappy about that at all. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for the video. I was glad I was able to get him, build him out, and you can see how he performs with kind of decent gear. He's gonna do quite well as a fighter, and with his skills all the way maxed, he's probably gonna do great. He's gonna do a lot more damage. And if you have Anora, you've got that bond skill. So gets extra Winter's Bite, which is a good effect. So that's it for the video. Thank you very much for watching. Do like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.